Buckle up, everyone, because we're about to take a wild ride through Coto de Caza, California. You know, that fancy gated community where the Real Housewives of Orange County are all throwing shade and Chardonnay like it's their full-time job. This isn't just a tour. This is the ride of your life. So get ready to laugh, gasp, and maybe clutch your pearls a little. Some of the sights we'll see today are the Coto de Caza Golf and Racquet Club and the Equestrian Center, because apparently everybody here has a horse like it's the Wild West with better landscaping. Oh, and just wait, because we're going to see a gated community inside the gated community of Coto de Caza. That's right, a gate within a gate. What are they hiding? The secret to Botox? Ha, just kidding. We kid. And don't sleep on those massive equestrian estates. Mansions so big, you'll need a golf cart just to get to your own kitchen. So sit back, keep your hands inside the vehicle, and let's cruise through this bougie wonderland where the drama's high and the fences are higher. Let's go. Let's go for a ride. Okay, so now we're going into the main gate of Coto de Caza. So I'm probably gonna turn the camera off though, because it's burning up. Sorry, I stand corrected. Sean says that this is a main gate. On the other side, there's an even more main gate. As you can see,
it's not the main gate. Yeah. There's many gates.
As you can see, Sean knows Coto. I just like Coto.
No, again, this is certainly one of the arteries, but there's other ones too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're in the gates. You did it, guys. You got in the gates of Coto de Caza. So if you've only seen it from the Real Housewives of Orange County, now you're seeing it in real life.
You're in it.
With regular people, not reality TV people. So yes, do you wanna explain, Sean, why Coto is so, there's so much value in Coto, because Coto has such a name, right? But what you get for the money, we're not saying it's cheap, but what you get, the value to Coto is quite high.
So before we continue, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Sean Dezad.
And I'm Courtney Dezad.
And we're licensed realtors here in the state of California. And if you're watching this channel, you might be thinking, wow, Sean, I love Orange County. I love the blue skies. I love the perfect weather. I can't wait to move here now. And the problem is I'm not local and maybe out of state and maybe even out of the country, so I don't know what to do. And I totally get that. That's when you reach out to us so we can have that conversation over the phone, finding out specifically what you're looking for, and we give you your boots on the ground. We can do virtual tours of the homes as well as the neighborhoods, really finding that perfect property for you. So when you do come out here, your time is spent super efficiently. So what you want to do is you're going to give us a call or shoot us a text.
Yes, that number is a cell phone, so you can call us or text us, or you can use WhatsApp if you're outside the country.
So basically, if you're looking for general bullet points for properties, right? So someone wants a larger house, let's say 3,000 plus square feet, and they want a larger lot, let's say 10,000 plus, 15,000, 20,000 plus square foot lot. They want gated community. Those three particular items in Orange County is going to make it a pretty pricey property, just wherever you are in Orange County. And what's funny is that in Coto, you're getting, you can get those attributes, because Coto, obviously, by the nature of it, is already gated. It's it's about 5,200 dwellings in Coto de Caza, I believe, so, give or take. And basically, so it's within the confines of this gated community, and basically, it's already gated. The home sizes, again, they range, of course, but they're already in general on the larger side, and you get some huge homes and huge lots as well, stuff with 1+ acre. When you're talking about acre in Orange County, that's a huge lot, because we don't have much homes with land to them. Yeah. Man. And so,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So you get, if you want horse property, there are those opportunities here as well. So you can have all that, and actually the HOA dues aren't exorbitant either. So that's the nice thing, is that what Coto does that's pretty smart is that they you have some parks and stuff around the area, but as far as the pools, the tennis courts, the golf course, memberships, those are actually a separate membership altogether. So you can pay for that if you want, which will cost you, for the social membership, which is the pool, fitness center, and that kind of stuff. It'll cost a few $100s a month for that. And the golf course, to be a member of the golf, be a member of that, it's going to be a bit more expensive. But again, you can pay for those things. So a lot of these homes, they already have their own pools. So there's a lot of people are like, oh, I just don't need to be part of the whole social membership altogether. So it depends on what you're looking for. But the HOA dues in the vicinity of $300 a month. I don't want to put an exact number because depending on when you're watching this, it could change. So it's in the vicinity. So to be in a gated community with all these, with that, that's pretty reasonable. But those general bullet points of larger homes, larger lots, gated community, Coto de Caza, you're not paying actually any premium to live in Coto de Caza, but you have the Coto de Caza name. And I don't want to sound superficial, but you're in Orange County, you're going to be superficial. That's going to be... So the thing is that you really, again, the fact that you can actually have the Ritz factor, but not pay the premium for said Ritz factor, that's pretty nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Coto is really nice. I mean, it's just really nice.
Yeah, and that's what's nice about it too is that it's a nice age. So it's not so new that you're dealing with a lot of Melrose stuff, and you're not dealing, which is a higher rate of property taxes and that kind of thing. And that's the fun new infrastructure. Coto de Caza, a lot of it's built pre-2000, so you're not worried about that part of it. But also, it's not, and also with it being like not so new, you have all this lush greenery. Like, so we've done tours of other neighborhoods that are pretty brand new, and it feels so sparse. Like, it feels like you're in the desert because the trees have not had a chance to mature yet. But it feels hotter. It just feels like, here it's really green. It's actually really nice here. So it's mature enough, but it's not so old that you're dealing with like old homes either. So you're in that sweet spot, I would say, between, really a lot of stuff was built in the 90s, give or take here. So that's where you're getting that. Again, for Orange County, that's actually not old. Whereas, and I know in the other parts of the country that's ancient. It just depends on where you're coming from.
Yeah, you say, it's like we're in the desert. We are in the desert. We just terraformed it. Well, I shouldn't say we, but the people who developed Coto de Caza terraformed.
You would never know it, though. Look how green this place is. It's crazy.
No.
I wonder if it has its own climate now because of all this.
Who knows?
But yeah, you do have, again, just more space. Now, again, there is also a reason why it's cheaper than probably what you think it ought to be, is because it is a bit more inland. It's a bit more out of the way. So one, it does get a bit hotter here because you're a bit more inland. But two, it's not as close to the 5 freeway, so it's not as convenient to get to. So it's just one of those things where you're going to deal with a little bit longer of a commute. It is what it is. There's obviously plenty of people that are spending a lot of money that does not matter to them. They actually really like being part of this whole Coto de Caza, vibe, and I get it. I really like Coto a lot.
Yeah, so now we're going into the club. I'll show you some B-roll of just, what you can get here. And like Sean said, there's different memberships for different uses of the club.
Yeah, they have like the social level, which is the pool, and they have like lap pools, and again, so it's pretty robust. It's a nice like club part of it, but again, it's going to cost you a few $100s extra per month. But again, that's optional. It's not like something that you're like bound to, which is nice. And then to be part of, again, the golf, to be part of that golf membership, that is the country club membership. Basically, that's going to cost you. I mean, and actually, well, I will say, as far as an insider tip, is that the initiation costs can vary dramatically between when you are doing it. So at some times of the year, or on certain years, they want to pump it up a little bit, the membership, and so they'll make it pretty reasonable to join. And other times they're pretty full, and so they're like, okay, we're going to charge a bit more for it. So it kind of just depends on when you're doing it, but whatever it is for that particular time, you may be in pretty good or not.
Yeah. And then, so the tennis is over here.
Yeah. And the pool.
And the pool.
And the fitness center.
And then the golf course is just right here too. So, I mean, the golf course is throughout it's through all of Coto de Caza. It's 2 golf courses, right?
Yeah. And to kind of give you a sense of, okay, so the closest really big, the closest big employment hub here is the Irvine Spectrum. Tons of headquarters are located there. And so from the Coto de Caza Golf and Tennis Club, basically you're about 24 minutes or 15 miles away from it. Again, depending on time of day, it could be different, but like, I just typed it in right now, so it's about 24 minutes away. So that kind of gives you a sense of the commute that you'd have to, let's say, go to a major employment hub. And that is one of the main employment hubs in Orange County itself. So it's not like it's a small one. That's a pretty big one.
Yeah, and so that's without traffic though. So definitely you'll have more traffic in the morning because we're doing this midday.
Oh, late morning. Just to be on like the technical side of things. But also, and then, so that kind of gives you a sense of that. Now, let's say to the nearest shopping mall, I would say that's the shops at Mission Viejo. This is like your nearest shopping mall, indoor shopping mall, is about 17 minutes away. So that's giving you a sense. That's not the closest place you can shop at, but if that's, I'm talking about like an actual mall. The Store Event Spectrum also is a mall. It's actually bigger than shops at Mission Viejo. It's actually, so it's a huge shopping center as well as a huge headquarters center too.
Yeah, and then the golf course has, so it's two 18-hole golf courses, so it's 36 holes, in case you're wondering. And it's a really nice golf course. I mean, I'm not a golfer, so I don't know, but it looks nice.
Yeah, so this is on Coto de Caza Drive. This is the main stretch that runs all the way through Coto. From the south gate to the north gate.
There you can see the golf course to the right.
It's amazing how it stays naturally green all year.
And then the pretty mountains, the Saddleback Mountains in the back.
It's a beautiful day.
We're just going to show just, like a typical, run of the mill, although I hate to use that word because Coto's not exactly cheap, but this is just like your more normal. Typical Coto de Caza neighborhood. It's not like a horse property.
It's not a huge lot.
It's not a huge lot. It's not one of those giant homes that has its own gate and like these giant, fields for their horses and all this stuff. Like it's not one of those. This is just your normal.
Ho hum. Oh no, my only like 3,000 square foot home with a 3-car garage and
yeah.
Yeah. No. Exactly. So these are just a nice little neighborhood.
Yeah, we just want to show you. We don't want to make it seem like
we're not cherry
all of
picking.
Coto is just these giant estates or just the gate within a gate community, which we'll show you later. So, yeah.
But yeah, for a typical neighborhood, I mean, you see like the lawns are pretty well kept in general. I mean, it's nice.
Yeah.
Pretty well kept.
It's a nice neighborhood.
Coto de Caza, a nice neighborhood.
A nice place to live. Coto de Caza. Coto de Caza.
And as far as the schools go, so, I mean, depending on where you are in Coto, it can vary a little bit, but Tesoro High School, I believe, is the primary high school here. And it's part of the Capistrano Unified School District. Rated well, according to niche.com and gradeschools.org. However, I will say that, again, I always have my caveat when it comes to schools. It's what's the right fit for your, aspiring pupil. It's not necessarily, okay, well, the ratings are great. It's a great data point, but at the same time, I recommend you contacting the school administrator, kind of get a feel of how you think this would be a good fit. Because actually, the nice thing about Capistrano Unified School District is that there's a lot more opportunity for inter-district transfers. It's not like a foregone conclusion, but it's a lot of people do it. And so whether you're interested in Mandarin immersion or Spanish immersion or Reggio philosophy, there's a lot of different types of schools in the Capistrano Unified School District because it's huge. It's not just for Coto de Caza. It's actually, Coto de Caza is one of probably like 8 communities that are part of Capistrano Unified School District, which is the largest school district in Orange County, and it itself is rated really highly as a school district.
Yeah, so one nice thing is you do have choice. And you wouldn't think it, but there are people that do drive a decent a ways within the Capistrano Unified School District.
To get that right fit.
Yeah, to get that right fit. And then also there are no schools within the bounds of Coto de Caza, so within the gate, there is no school. I know at one point, they were talking about trying to do that, but then they just decided that then they would have to, people would have to come in from outside the gate to use the school, so it was just like too much of a pain, so that's why they don't have it. Yeah,
so here we're in the Forest neighborhood. Again, just showing you a little bit bigger, not your normal neighborhood, a little bit larger lot sizes, bigger houses, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so these are more showing kind of where you're getting like more of the estates, which is what Coto de Caza is more famous for this, I would say.
Yeah, it's more known for it, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Even though obviously the percentage of homes that are like this are
not as high.
Not as high, yeah. Yeah, but you can see, so a lot of these homes, they have, like, you can see up in front of us, there's a gate right there, like, so you can start seeing that there's these big lots with homes that have huge swaths of land.
Yeah, if you want space between your house and the next door neighbor house, this is one of those spots.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and so this neighborhood itself is not gated, but a lot of these homes, like, will be gated.
Yeah.
Look at that house.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can see to the left, there's some, you know, room for horses on that house. Of course, again, this is not like the typical, right? Like the typical is more the neighborhood we were showing you. But we're showing you that this is up. And say like the one to the right of us, that has its own private gate. So.
Yeah, again, what's nice is that if you want something like this, it's here, obviously. So it's just that this isn't necessarily the norm.
No, if it's for sale too.
That's true, that would help.
Yeah, so there's another, or that might be the same one. But yeah, it's funny, like, even though Southern California is so, like, the landscape is so dry, Coto de Caza, it always, like, gives me the feeling of, like, the English countryside. I don't know why.
It totally feels the same.
Even though it's totally different, I don't know. It just gives me that feeling. I don't know why.
And they get the same amount of precipitation.
That's true. It's true, yeah. I mean, it does rain in Southern California, even though people always get mad when the weather isn't 100% perfect in Southern California. Because it's perfect about 300 days out of the year. Like the other days it might be kind of too hot or it might be raining.
Yeah, I would say that Southern Californians complain more about the weather than anyone else. Even though we know full well that we have the best weather, but we still complain about it.
Well, because we're paying the high prices for the weather.
Yeah, and again, we know it's like pretty darn close to perfect, but you feel like literally 1 degree difference. You're like, okay, so the ideal temperature, let's say 68 degrees. If it's 69, 70 degrees, or if it's conversely 67, 66 degrees, you're like, it's a little chilly or it's a little hot. It's kind of amazing how much of a wimpy you become.
It's true. And then I also notice in the spring, when it starts getting a little bit more humid, it starts irritating me because I prefer the crispness of the fall. So yeah, when you come here to live, you'll start noticing the very slight changes in seasons, but to you, it will be a big change and it will irritate you because you're wanting the perfect of the most perfect, the perfection. And that's not what you have 365 days out of the year.
Sure.
So, yeah. Yeah, like when I go for a run and I feel like, I'm like, oh, the spring is starting. I can feel that touch of humidity.
Yeah, when the summertime, when it gets, like, when we do have our quote-unquote humid, like, some of our humidity, you're like, ugh, it's suffocating. I mean, it's still low humidity that we're to such winds.
Please go to Texas and then tell me what's
or Florida.
Or Florida. Yeah. Yeah, but, you know, that's why it's so expensive to live here.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why people complain, because they're like, hey, I paid for perfection, and it's not perfection today.
Although, again, we know full well how good it is. It's not like we're delusional thinking, oh, the grass is greener somewhere else. We know that's not the case.
Yeah.
We just like our grass to be really green.
Yeah, like, it's still planet Earth. So we still, and like we said, Coto is hotter. Like, it's definitely going to be 10, 15 degrees hotter here in the summer than it is in Newport Beach. That's a fact. And then, you know, conversely, people actually don't know this, but in the winter, it'll actually be, quote, colder here. So cold for us. Again, this is not cold, but it will be cold for the wimps that are in Southern California, especially compared to the beach. The beach is always just kind of the same because the ocean really moderates the weather. So the farther you get away from the ocean, the hotter it is in the summer, the colder it is in the winter.
Yeah, that Pacific Ocean is quite the regulator of temperature.
It is. It's, yes, it makes the weather here the best in the world. I mean, who knows? There could be another place that's just as good, but I truly do not know of any place that's better.
Now I will say, like, as far as one of the knocks, as far as HOA.
Okay, after the camera burned out again, we drove over to the Equestrian Preserve, you know, just to show you this part of Coto de Caza. Kind of, again, you know, more what it's famous for, like it's horse. If you're a horsey person, Coto de Caza could be an option for you.
Now, I will say this too, is that, so we have general, like, pretty good, you know, like, obviously I'm from born and raised Orange County. So some people may be going, oh, I do love the whole idea of like having equestrian property, but let's say Coto de Caza just is too far away for them. There are options that are very convenient in Orange County, just as you know, so if you're interested in something like that, but you want to be a little bit closer to, you know, like where everything else is, you know, reach out to us, because obviously there's a lot of places I can point you towards that actually could be a really good option.
So after we show you this, you can actually see some people that are, you know, on their horses right now. We're just going to show you where people do the majority of their shopping and dining within Coto de Caza, because that's another thing about Coto de Caza. Other than the club, which has like a few restaurants, there's no real, you know, shopping or dining here. So you do the majority of it within either Mission Viejo or Rancho Santa Margarita. So we're going to go out of the north end of the gate, so the north end of Coto de Caza, to show you that basically hits Rancho Santa Margarita, a big little shopping district right there. I wouldn't call it a mall or anything, but
yeah, it's a strip mall.
It's a strip mall.
I mean, but yeah, that's where you have your Starbucks, that's where you have your grocery store, your pharmacy. Yeah. So that's all like right there, right outside the gate. So again, it's just one of those things where, just so you're aware that you're very close to shopping, but within the actual confines, the gates of Coto de Caza, there's not much like shopping or dining to speak of.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, so this is just one of the places that if you live here, you're probably where we're going to show you. This is where you're going to go grocery shopping. So yeah. So I just put a thing on our navigation. If you ever watched The Real Housewives of Orange County in the old days, so I don't really watch it anymore, because I used to watch it, you know, when my kids were little, because my brain was fried and that's all I could focus on. So this is one of the restaurants that used to be featured on The Real Housewives of Orange County. I don't know if they go here anymore. I don't know if the women that are on it, like, I don't know really what cities they're from anymore.
I like this. Caution children and horse crossing.
Oh,
that's
nice.
A very specific crossing. That's not one of your run-of-the-mill crossings.
That's true. That's true.
And then Coto Sports Park is just directly across the street here. So again, you have sports fields. You have parks and general stuff around, but the swimming stuff, like the pools, the fitness centers, the tennis courts, that's again part of the Coto Golf and Tennis Club area. So that's again that's an extra cost.
Yeah, then you can see the nice, pretty mountains rising ahead of us. It's just so nice and pretty in Coto de Caza. And then, in case you're wondering...
Oh, and there's a deer crossing as well.
Oh, deer crossing. Yeah, and in case you're wondering, Coto de Caza, so the name, in English, obviously Coto de Caza is Spanish, that means hunting preserve. So this actually used to be a hunting preserve from... whoever, I don't know who owned it originally, but it was originally some extremely wealthy person's own hunting preserve.
So yeah, so this is the gates going, you know, leaving. So right outside the gates here is actually Santa Margarita High School. So this is a private school. You know, they're really good sports. They're, you know, again, if you want the private school experience, that's right outside the gates.
Yeah, so you can see right in front of us. So we just left Coto de Caza, the north end, the north gate, and then here's like a big strip mall. We're now in Rancho Santa Margarita. So this is a big place that people do a lot of their just like day-to-day shopping.
Yeah, so this is Plaza Antonio right here. So again, you'll have pavilions, you'll have pharmacy. So pavilions is, depending on where you are, you may not know. Like it's a grocery store, but basically you have, you know, like banks, you have like some like fast food restaurant type stuff, but then actually beyond it is there's again a bunch of other shopping like right outside of here.
Yeah, so there's like a Target, a Trader Joe's, like Sean said, pavilions,
restaurants,
lots of restaurants. So we're taking you to one restaurant that used to be on the Real Housewives of Orange County all the time. Again, this is back in the day when I used to watch like a ton of reality shows.
I just love how like real they are.
Oh, that's true. Very real. Yes. Yeah, it's like the producers are always like, did you know what she said about you?
Or the edits.
Yeah, oh yeah, the edits. Yeah, I met someone once, he was on The Bachelorette, and he said he had to sign these papers that were like, nothing you say will necessarily be represented as it truthfully happened. Like, he had to basically sign away that they could do whatever they wanted with the footage, and he said that they just like completely edited it to be the opposite of like what happened.
Yeah, he literally said that, is this the love of my life? Absolutely not. And then when they actually put it on the show, they said, is this love of my life? Absolutely.
Yeah.
They dropped the not part, the 180 degree like difference.
Yeah.
They just completely changed.
Yeah, so don't believe what you see on these reality shows. Yeah.
Oh, and the thing he said was like, did he say how they like that they asked him to talk about like, okay, this stuff that he did.
Yeah, about his career.
About his career. So he's like, okay, he's just answering. But then they superimposed it to make it look like he was talking to the Bachelorette,
yeah,
about himself, like
himself.
Yeah, just talking, and she's like getting all bored and rolling her eyes because he's so full of himself. He's like that.
He's like, that never happened. He's like, the producers were asking me questions. But again, he had to sign papers that said nothing we show on TV is representative of what happened.
Probably girls go up to him like, I can change you. He's like, I don't need to be changed. I wasn't like
Yeah, okay, so this is Tutto Fresco Kitchen. So, yeah.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, right there. So that's used to be...
Is there a housewife already there?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if there still are ones that are on the show. I know Vicky, she's like the OG, but I don't even know if she's still on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you guys, so here we experienced some technical difficulties and our camera didn't pick up on any of the sound. But if you've made it this far, you're going to be rewarded because now you're going to get into the gated community we teased at the beginning of the video. That's right, you're getting inside a gate within a gate. You did it. And here it is, you guys, here it is. You're getting inside another gate. And just an FYI that this particular community is called Oakview at Summit.
Yeah, I mean, like this area is nice in that it's actually for Coto on the more convenient side of things, because a lot of Coto is it's out there. That's kind of, I would say, why the prices aren't as high as they could be, is because the convenience factor. You have to understand that it is a bit of a commute to even get to the 5 freeway, right? So that's just one of those things you have to be aware of. That, and again, obviously, there's plenty of people that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
because they really love them some Coto. I mean, and that's why Coto, honestly, for me, what I love is the bang for your buck. You get, for getting gated community, large lots, big houses, that's going to cost you a lot anywhere in Orange County, of course. And then in Coto, it costs what you would expect, but you get the name Coto behind it. So in a lot of ways, it's actually cheaper than a lot of its counterparts, which is, to me, again, I love value. And that's why Coto is kind of one of my unicorn areas from that perspective, because you're getting the name brand recognition, but you're not paying any premium for it. And it's a really nice area. It's not like it doesn't deserve the recognition that it does, because it's a beautiful area. People really like it a lot, and I can see why.
No, Coto is so nice. I mean, Sean's the one that shows clients homes and stuff, so I'm never here. But then whenever I am here, I'm always like, oh, Coto's so nice.
Yeah, and also what I do like is that it is very lush here.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, trust me, this isn't normal for this area. This isn't like native plants that grow this lush. It's very green here, which is nice. Yeah, and obviously around in this neighborhood, the homes are on the larger side. I mean, they're not, again, Coto has lots of different subdivisions and stuff like that, where you can have some huge lots. You can honestly get condos / townhomes as well, depending. So it's a little bit of everything here. But these homes are good size. I mean, like for instance, they have 5,000 square foot homes, 4,000 square foot homes in this particular pocket here of Coto. But the lot sizes don't tend to be huge, more in the 10,000 square foot, give or take. I mean, obviously there's going to be some smaller and some bigger, just depending. But that's kind of what you're getting. Whereas some people, they want the Coto experience where they want the acre, like an acre plus of land, right? So it exists, for sure. It's just, again, just depends on what you're looking for.
And then since we did just turn around and show all of the open space, so I call it the beautiful Golden Hills, the California Golden Hills, which I personally think is very beautiful. Of course, I understand if you don't, because it's not the lush greenery that you're used to. But we should also say, obviously it goes without saying that Coto it comes with increased fire risk because it's close to undeveloped land. It's right against the Cleveland National Forest. Obviously, we're not fire experts, so if you do want the Orange County Fire Authority's fire map, just reach out to us. But then, Sean, do you want to just, say, your little spiel about...
Well, one spiel that I have is that, let's say you do decide on any property in Orange County, whether that's Coto or what have you, even if it's higher risk or not as high risk, you want to talk to your insurance agent right away. I can certainly give you references to insurance agents to talk to, but just given the insurance situation in California as a whole, it's a good idea to get that process started. One, you can kind of shop things around, but two, just make sure that you're getting the coverage that you want, where you're not getting, where you're feeling like you're overpaying or whatever. So that's where sometimes the underwriting for these insurance plans can take a couple weeks. So you just don't want to be pressed at the end to have to get that done right away, where you just kind of get started early in the process to get that.
Sorry, technical difficulties. Our camera burned up. So, Sean, what were you saying about insurance? Insurance agent?
Yeah, just make sure that you talk to a couple different insurance agents, not just insurance companies, because you don't want to be necessarily tight. You want someone that can actually, I would recommend, have someone that can submit to multiple agencies at the same time. And then also on top of that, again, we're not making light of the fire situation. It is one of those things where everyone has a different threshold of what they're comfortable with. If you're super concerned about fire risk, Coto may not be the right place for you, to be honest. Where, again, if you're super sensitive, it wouldn't dissuade me personally, just because I've kind of grown up in this. But at the same time, I can totally understand why someone, again, just doesn't want to be anywhere close to that kind of, potential fire danger.
Yeah, Coto, they do have to be evacuated, sometimes, so...
Fortunately, just because it hasn't happened, I don't want to make light of that. So it's, we're fully aware that there's potential dangers in, living in Southern California.
Yeah. I guess just because Sean and we grew up with it, so it's just kind of something you live with, so.
And again, I personally, I don't want to be on the front line. I've certainly shown properties where literally the backyard is the straight wilderness, and that is a bit of a concern because that's where fires burn the fastest typically. And so that's where I would be a bit more, even I would be I don't know if I want to be right there. I want to be a few rows in at very least. It's so clean here. I just love some Coto.
Yeah, as we drive through, it's just so pretty, so nice. I will say, because Coto is farther east, it is hotter, definitely hotter in the summer.
So basically, just because of how, again, it does get warmer here than it does in other parts of Orange County, particularly coastal Orange County, you're definitely going to be running that air conditioner. And given how the general size of the homes in Coto are pretty huge, that electricity bill can kind of get up on you pretty quickly. So you want to be, you want to be aware of the age of the air conditioner and how well it's functioning. Because a lot of these homes, again, the air conditioner is older, maybe 10, 20, 30 years old plus, you never know. So that's where we do a home inspection, finding out what's going on. And you get a sense of not only is it working, but how is, how efficiently it is running, because that can definitely have an effect on what your electricity bill will be. Now you can offset that a bit with solar and all this stuff. And I'm all for solar, especially in Southern California, because electricity ain't cheap here.
Oh yeah, it's really expensive.
And remember, we are licensed realtors here in the state of California. So as much as we love making these videos, what we love more is to help you with your real estate needs. So whether you're looking to buy or sell a home, what you want to do is when you give us a call or shoot us a text.
Yes, that number is a cell phone, so you can call us or text us, or you can use WhatsApp if you're outside the country.